When we think about bathrooms, we think they're dirty, they're gross, or they're funny. Actually, a toilet is the same as a bench or a garbage can or a stop sign or a streetlight. Like, it needs to be integrated into the way we build our cities. And we've never really gotten there.
Hi, I'm Ainsley McClellan. This week on the new CBC podcast, Good Question Montreal, we're asking, why aren't public washrooms really a thing here? In plenty of cities in the world, you can pretty easily find one to do your thing.
In Taiwan, their public washrooms were really ubiquitous.
But not so much in North America. And in Montreal, there are some pretty unique reasons why, if you need to go, you might struggle to find a place to go. And the story starts back when Montreal actually had some pretty nice public washrooms. In the Montreal archives, you can find this 1932 documentary called Montreal, the City of Progress. It was produced for the Industrial Commission on Unemployment, which had been tasked by Montreal Mayor Camillien Houde to find solutions for the staggering number of people out of work during the Great Depression. One of those solutions? Lots of public works projects, including public washrooms.
We're located in Dorchester Square, right in front of one of these beautiful old Vespasiennes. Public toilets built in Montreal in the 1930s. It's very fancy, it's true. I mean, to today's brain, we would look at this and go, they were really expensive toilets. 1970s, 1980s, our mayor at that time, Jean Drapeau, his concept of modernization, it was that you would drive a car from the garage in your home through a highway to an indoor parking garage somewhere else, and the use of public space became much less of a concern. Reason number two, which is probably the actual reason number one, was a wave of homophobia, and it is a reality that gay men would cruise in public bathrooms. This mayor, Jean Drapeau, wanted none of that.
Tom Seavright sees some parallels between this history and some of the debates that we see today around public washrooms.
There's this whole other slew of behaviors that happen in bathrooms, cruising, sex, drug use, that are not the intended activity for the bathrooms, but which happen in bathrooms because there's nowhere else for people to go to do these things. What we need to look at there is the deeper social problems that our society is faced with.
But she says these social issues are complex enough that some cities just decide it's too difficult to get it right. And that means some people are left to their own devices.
It's happened to me often that I've been in the city trying to enjoy perhaps a bike ride or a picnic, and I noticed that where I was didn't have a public washroom. They're very far from each other, and then oftentimes, even though they're there, you get to them and the door's locked. I think it's a very basic need for us to have access to public washrooms.
When you have a toddler and a newborn, you have extreme bathroom needs in the sense that urgency becomes a factor.
That urgency is a factor for a lot of people, say people with reduced mobility, bladder issues, prostate issues, pregnancy and postpartum, Crohn's, colitis, IBS. And when bathrooms are hard to find, it means not everyone is able to get out and access their community equally. There has been some movement. In 2018, the Ville-Marie borough opened its first self-cleaning automatic toilets. The plan was to open 12 of them. So far, there are 7. They cost $250,000 to $500,000 each.
Alors, nous y voici. Voilà à quoi ça ressemble. Et c'était fermé.
This is a TikTok account called Envie Pressante, and its creator posts videos of the best places to find washrooms.
It started as a school project, but I decided to continue because the feedback I got was very positive. Access to public bathroom is privilege issue, so I'm trying to democratize the good spots so everybody can go, because when you have to ask permission in a private shop or restaurant, you are confronted to the biases of the person in front of you.
And others are trying to find solutions too. Montreal's Downtown Business Development Corporation has a small network of publicly accessible private washrooms. Beyond that, it's up to the boroughs to build public washrooms, and
it does come with a price tag. Our investment budget has not increased in the last 20 years.
As of now, the city says it doesn't have any plans to help boroughs solve this problem. If you want the full story of Montreal's public washroom shortage, you can check out Good Question Montreal wherever you get your podcasts, and go ahead and subscribe while you're there. And if you have a question that you'd like us to look into, go to cbc.ca/goodquestionmontreal.